Welcome back, Building Blocks. It's your girl, K-Ryn. And listen, guys, we are walking into week 40, episode 40 of Building Blocks. To God be the glory. Listen, this week I came out of Matthew 7, verse 7, and it says, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and it will be open to you. Listen, not only is 7 the number of completion, we talked about that, but these were Jesus's words to us. And I call this a power pack scripture because even though it's so short, it's so small, it is so much packed into this, so much promise packed into this one scripture. I talked about how God gives us the instructions to ask. I talked about how God gives us the strategy when we seek. I talked about how God gives us the promise. He releases a promise when we knock. That is his promise to us, right? So I talked about all these things, but what I wanted to share with you guys, I didn't get a chance to share in the podcast, was the Father started showing me a vision of a door last month in August. And the door, I could see it so clearly, but the door was shut. It was shut every time he showed it to me. But what happened was at the beginning of September, he showed me the same door, but all around the outside of the door, I saw the light just penetrating in, but the door was still shut. Well, on day one of this last 3-day fast I just did, he showed me the door again, but this time the door was wide open and the light was just flooding in. The light was so bright you couldn't even see past the light, right? So I was like, Lord, this is confirmation to the teaching that we are doing this week. And it just re-edified to me when the scripture says, knock and it will be open to you. This is open door season. I just want to encourage somebody out there. I want to encourage the believer out there who has asked God for something. And what you asked God for was so much bigger than what your circumstances look like. What you asked God for was so huge that when you shared it with the people around you, they laughed at you. What you asked God for required his miracle working power, right? And because you trust God, because you have faith, because you continue to seek him for what you asked him for, because you made a decision to go through the process, even though it's painful, even though it's trying, even though sometimes at the beginning it was a little embarrassing, right? But you chose to stay strong and to stay grounded in your faith. Listen, even though you may have knocked on the door before and that door didn't open, and you knocked again on another door and that one didn't open, and you knocked again on a door and you just knew it was going to happen. You could see the promise just seeping through the edges of it. You could see the light. You just knew it was your time, and that door still didn't open. I want you to knock again, because guess what? When you go out to knock this next time, when you go out to knock, baby, that door gonna already be open. The light is gonna flood in. It's gonna overwhelm you. You're not gonna be able to see past the light. It's gonna be the promise, right? And the promise is gonna be so big and so huge that everyone who laughed at you, everyone who mocked you, they're gonna see it too. And they're gonna come back to you like, hold on, wait a minute, what was that you was talking about? Tell me about the God you serve. Because see, God, when he does things for us, when he works these miracles, it's so that he can get the glory. And the stage has been set in 2020. I've been saying that over and over again, and I'm going to stand by it, guys. So I just want to encourage you to keep on knocking. Knock again, baby, because it's coming. It is here. Some of us have already started to experience it. I know we have, right? And so I'm just so thankful, and I'm just so encouraged, and just let me know. Let me know if this is for you. Don't hold on to it now. If I'm telling you something and then you can see it and you can feel it in your spirit. Of course, we always say everybody that is wise, everybody who's working for the kingdom, tell you to test the word. So definitely test this word. But if you are experiencing God's supernatural in your life right now today, if you are seeing that promise, if you knocked on the door and it's open, then please let us know. But until next week, guys, I want you to get in your secret place. I want you to sharpen your sword, and I want you to monitor your fruit and just thank God in advance, because open door season is here. I love you, Building Blockers. I thank you for your continued support. And until next week, be blessed. Be blessed.